is Local 3. The Titans take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Saturday at 7 p.m. Only on Local 3, your home for preseason Titans football.
We decided a couple of weeks ago that with the kids heading back to school, they shouldn't be the only ones who get an education. We thought we would go to school ourselves, and for all of you out there with dogs or new puppies, we thought we would take you to school along with us and pay a visit with Lisa Waggoner and her husband Brad. They have Cold Nose College up in Murphy, North Carolina, and they're the proud parents of a new puppy, Keaton. So he's going to be kind of our guinea pig, or our, you know, the idea, to take us along the way of how to teach a dog some new tricks. So good to see you again this morning, Lisa.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's been a week since we talked, and I promise you, Keaton has grown.
He has. I swear I can see him just growing before my eyes. I was away for 4 hours last night, and I came home and told Brad, he's grown since I've been gone. Every week a puppy changes, and sometimes their legs grow, sometimes their muzzle gets longer, their head grows. It's just so amazing to watch them develop. And they go through different developmental phases too, relative to, their behavior.
Which is a valid point, because that brings us then to what you're kind of focusing on. I know you recently wrote a book called Rocket Recall that's getting great reviews and a lot of success out there, where you're really passionate about teaching people not just how to have a dog that behaves, but a dog that's bonded with you. You want that friendship to be there.
Absolutely. That bond, that relationship is so important. And, he likes to be near me. I want a dog who wants to be near me. I want a partner, a dog, a puppy who works with me. And because I use positive reinforcement to reinforce behaviors that I like, he learns to work to attain something versus work to avoid something. With, aversive training, a dog will work to avoid something. A dog who works to attain something will go above and beyond to try to succeed.
So last week you were talking about something you call the check-in game, and as I remember, it's a way to encourage your puppy or your even grown dog how to kind of wander around but check back in. You want that eye contact. Was that the idea?
That's very true, Julie. So once you start working on the check-in game and your dog starts to be reliable, when you're out walking with your dog on leash or off leash, your dog or puppy will learn to periodically look back and say, oh, where are you? Because they've been reinforced for that.
Okay.
So that offered check-in is just wonderful relative to understanding, wow, you've built this bond with your dog and they want to know where you are.
So the timing for us was perfect, because we have a coworker, Ashlyn, and she and her boyfriend have a new 10-week-old Old English Bulldog. Her name is Bebop. So Ashlyn went home and did some of these same exercises that you had encouraged, and she said it was really easy.
It is easy. Training is simple, but you need to follow through. And Ashlyn followed through beautifully. When she showed me the video and I was watching her work with Bebop, she set up the environment so it was low distraction. There was nothing on the floor that would cause Bebop to look away from her, so Bebop could focus on her. And Ashlyn was very patient, just waited for Bebop to look back or orient toward her. She'd mark that behavior with a verbal yes. The marker signal lets the dog know what you did is right and you're going to earn a paycheck. And then she followed through by feeding Bebop a piece of food, and then taking Bebop's attention away from her by placing the food elsewhere to reset Bebop to then orient back toward her. It was a lovely example of a first phase of the check-in game.
I have to give Bebop credit. She seems to be a pretty chilled out dog, because she was not just racing for the treat. She was kind of ambling her way over.
And was she not adorable? Oh my God.
Very cute. But if you have an older dog, maybe you've adopted one from the Humane Society or something, can you still teach them the same way?
You can. You absolutely can. Now, one thing that's key, I'm not sure that we've talked about, is finding food, finding a reinforcer that your dog will work for, that really is valuable to them. People value different foods differently. Dogs are the same way. So experiment and find something that when you give your dog a piece of food, they look back at you like, hey man, I'd like another piece of that, please.
Okay.
So that way you know it's high value. In my book, I talk about creating a reinforcement hierarchy, which is helping you understand what's valuable to your dog and how they view the world, so you can use those things during training. And it may not always be food. Sometimes I reinforce him with toys or a game of tug.
Okay. I know that the next step, I think the second phase of the check-in game does involve getting your dog outside on the leash. Is that right? Or is it also to be off leash?
Yes. So your leash is a management tool. Management means we manipulate the dog's environment to prevent the unwanted behavior. In recall, the unwanted behavior is the dog running off and not paying attention. So a leash is an important training tool in helping your dog always get it right, always making sure that when you call, your dog will come back to you. So the check-in game is on leash. Keaton can't run off, and I'm closer to him, so he will more likely than not offer his attention to me. You'll see in the video that he gets really interested in a rabbit smell, and I let him sniff a little bit, but instead of just yanking him back toward me, I put a piece of food right in front of his nose and lure him back to me to then continue the game.
So for people, Lisa, who see this though and they think, okay, if I'm teaching my dog this way though, am I going to forever be giving the dog treats for what I want them to do?
That's a really good question, and people ask that. When can I get rid of the food? And my first answer is, you're very good at your job, Julie, and they probably still pay you every week or every month to do your job.
Right.
So you probably wouldn't work for very long if you didn't get a paycheck for that job well done. Same with dogs. Once we train the behavior and it's fluent and they generalize it to different locations, we can migrate to praise or toys or other reinforcers. But in the beginning, when they're learning, that constant reinforcement is important. And then we move to a more random reinforcement or using other reinforcers. But I'm always going to say thank you to my dog. So even if I just praise them, they've learned through the use of food. When I reinforce them, I'm also praising. That praise paired with food helps the praise take on value. So that praise by itself, further on down the road, can be enough for some dogs, though reinforcement has to occur along the way for that behavior to stay strong. I can't just use food and then stop, because then I'll lose the behavior.
You know, it's just
like your employer would, if they stop paying you, you might work for a little while, then you'd say, wait a minute, I'm not getting paid. I think maybe I need a little reinforcement for this job well done.
Well, thankfully I have a very good employer, so I think we're good. I think that it's really interesting. First of all, kudos to you, because you're getting upstaged big time at the moment. He is so cute.
I'm fine with that.
But your dogs, you know how we've learned a lot over the years about kids and how our children are their own individual people, and you're raising them to become their own person. To think that you could have a dog and love a dog, but never give them the opportunity to discover a full life and bond with you and be free and still come back to you, that would be such a sad thing to not give that to your pet.
I think yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly. And it's a simple process. You know, keep food on you when your dog is new in your home. Keep food on you. Keep food in different parts of the house, and catch your dog doing what you like. The more you reinforce what you like, the more you're going to get that. And whether that's keeping 4 feet on the floor, maybe that's, you're watching television, your dog comes and lays down at your feet. Oftentimes people just ignore that. Tell your dog he's a good boy. Good job. That was a really good decision. You decided to lay down versus jump on me. And of course, I let Keaton jump on me. He's in my lap a lot. He's on his back a lot right now. He does like this position, being on his back, and he does enjoy belly rubs. He's a little tired from a long walk this morning. So.
Well, I wish I was in your living room with you this morning, Lisa. I'd have a grand old time, but I'll have to enjoy it virtually, I guess. But thank you so much. So Ashlyn's going to go home and I think do a little bit more work with Bebop. So you want her to do the same principle of the check-in game, but this time go to different rooms of the house and try it on the leash? Is that the idea?
Actually, yes, I want people people and Ashlyn to train on leash in the house as well as off leash. But before you train on a leash outside, you need to train on a leash inside in different rooms of your house. Every room is a little bit different, has some different distractions. Ashlyn, you might even decide to train with a few toys on the floor, so just low-level distraction. Before you then move outside on the patio or a porch. And then once you're successful on the patio or porch, then you're going to move to a grassy area on leash.
All right. Always fun talking to you, Lisa, and I guess we'll watch for Keaton to grow even more between now and the next time we check in.
That sounds great. Thanks so much for having me. Y'all have a great day.
Thanks. You have a great day, too. You can find her and her husband, Brad, at Cold Nose College in Murphy, North Carolina. But with COVID, even before that, they began doing an awful lot of sessions with their clients virtually. So they have clients from all over the world. So you don't hesitate to give her a call at 828-644-9148. And by the way, next week, we're going to check in with Brad. He has a 15-year-old dog, Cody, and he'll be talking about how to keep their dog's memory strong as they get older. We're back with more right after this.
Order for a Sonic Churro Shake.